Hey everybody, my name is Mary Copeland. I'm your instructor for this semester and just want to go over a few quick things. These are sometimes things that students tend to miss by just reading. So just want to go over a few things and share my screen with you. Here's what the class looks like when you first log in. Pretty much every Sunday, I'm going to post the announcement here. You can also click on announcements, like if you want to look at past announcements, but usually I'll put the announcement here and here. I do that typically every Sunday. So a couple important things to remember about the class is that, Canvas gives you this really great list over here of things to do based on due dates. And that's great. It's a really good reminder. But for the discussions for this class, discussions have two due dates. And Canvas only allows like the one, it shows up like as a milestone, but it doesn't actually show up as a due date. So you always have to remember um, that for a discussion, your initial post is due on Thursday, and then your two peer responses are due by Sunday. I don't give credit for late discussions. Discussions count as attendance and they can't be made up. So you want to make sure that you keep up with it. And you'll see those reminders over here, but it doesn't show up as a due date. So, but I'm going to go to the modules. So the modules is where all the work is done for the class. So you can click on modules. And I have a couple things. First, I'm going to show you what to expect. Um, so we have to write a total of 4 essays. The final essay is a research paper, 5 to 7 pages. You'll have a minimum of 2 weeks to work on essays. Most every week there's a discussion, always due on Thursday, peer responses due on Sunday, and you'll have to respond to two of your peers. On Sunday, I'll open up a new module that will have new readings, new assignments to do. We'll read the novel Just Mercy. That's this novel right here. Um, you can get this at the bookstore. You can order it off of Amazon. Um, the library, I think, has a copy or two. So there's all kinds of places to get the book, but that's our only book, and I think it's only $9 or $10. So you will need it. We will be doing some discussions and quizzes and stuff based on this novel. But it's a really great novel, and it's an important work that Brian Stevenson wrote about his work with people on death row, the marginalized groups, people of color, juveniles, and helping those communities. So it's a really, really good book. We'll have occasional exercises and quizzes. You'll have a midterm and a final, and some timed writing exams. So that's just what you can expect over the next 14 weeks. I do have a lot of MLA resources. Every essay that you write has to be in MLA format. So I have samples of that, and we will be doing a few exercises for that will hopefully help you. This shows your first week's work. So you have an introduction to do. And notice, see how it says February 8th, but actually your initial post is due February 5th, and then the final two posts are due February 8th. Canvas will not allow me to make two due dates, so we have to do it that way. But it's only that way for discussions. Everything else, the due date is the due date. So what I'd like you to do this week is look at the syllabus. You have a quiz on AI and on the syllabus, and a reading about academic habits. Let me go to the syllabus and show you that real quick. So here's my contact information. I do have to post a virtual office hours, but I have my office hours listed. I do have virtual office hours, or you can always email me and we can set up a Zoom appointment. Always happy to do that. I typically will get back to you within 24 hours. I'm human. Sometimes I'm super busy and I see a student email and I mean to respond and then I get sort of tied up. And so I don't respond and then I forget. So, if I do forget, just email me again, say, hey, professor, I emailed you about such and such. I didn't hear back from you. But typically I respond within 24 hours, except on the weekends. So, if you email me on a Friday night, I might not email you back till Monday. This is the syllabus. You will click on that and you will want to be sure to look at that before you take the quiz. You can look at it while you take the quiz. But it gives all the class policies. It gives a lot of information about, what counts as attendance, that sort of thing. I'm not going to go over everything here. I'll leave that up to you. Um, the one thing I do want to talk about for a few minutes is academic honesty. Um, so in my class, AI falls under plagiarism. It's when you use any language model that rewrites your work, it's not your work. So, and we're in this class, we are learning how to write. And so be sure and read the policy carefully. You could always take a class with a different instructor that had a different AI policy if you don't agree with mine. Just briefly, I do a quiz on this, and when you take the quiz, you're acknowledging, okay, I've read the AI policy and I accept it. Um, you know, Turn it in, Canvas will flag work as AI. Um, it's not always 100%. So before I say, oh, this is definitely AI, I also read the work and try to determine to the best of my ability if it's AI. How do I do that? I'm just going to say I've been teaching for 20 years. I know how students write. I've seen the changes that AI has produced. I know the algorithms. I know the way it orders words in a sentence. And so if I believe, and sometimes Turnitin does not even flag it as AI, and I still think it's AI because I know students try to humanize it. They try and do all kinds of little things so that it doesn't show as AI. I get all that. Um, and so, but if I believe it's AI, then really there's only one way to prove that it's not, and that's by you demonstrating your writing skills to me in person, which I mean, we can do it over Zoom, but you'll be on the screen. I'll give you some question and you will be asked to, demonstrate the same type of writing that you turned in the essay or whatever work you're doing that was flagged as AI. So, but you can read all the details about that um, and then take the quiz on AI as well. My hope is that you have a desire to become a stronger writer. That's why we're all here. And hopefully this class will leave you with that. So that's the syllabus. Let me close that out. And then what else do I want to show you? I think that's it. You can find all the other stuff yourself, grades. If you have any questions, be sure and email me. I'm happy to get back to you. And or like I said, we can always meet on Zoom if that's what we need to do. Other than that, I look forward to our semester and I will see you soon.